Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Interesting news. Very interesting news. And there's a specific reason why I'm wearing one of my vintage hockey jerseys. So Adidas has been making jerseys for the NHL for the last 7 years. Where was it at? 2017-18. Now, news came out. They are not renewing the contract with the National Hockey League. Adidas will not seek to renew the NHL uniform and apparel deal after 2023-24. So we have 2 seasons left of Adidas, which then, of course, begs the question, as I look back to a lot of my jerseys here, these are Adidas jerseys. A lot of these are Adidas jerseys. Some of the ones on the end here are CCMs. There's, I think, 1 or 2 Reeboks in there. And Reebok did the jerseys before that. Now, I don't necessarily know why Adidas is deciding to not renew, but it's Adidas doing it, not the league itself. The league just, they just kind of announced it. But and it says, sources told ESPN that Adidas, which has 2 years remaining on its 7-year deal, was the catalyst in not seeking to renew with the NHL. So, I don't know. I don't necessarily know why they don't want to renew, but that opens up the opportunity for a lot of other apparel companies to maybe start making jerseys starting 2024, 2025. Now, personally, and I'd love to know, who would you guys like to see take over the jersey making rights? Who would you like to see? Me personally, like I said, there's a reason why I'm doing this. That right here. These guys need to be the ones making the jerseys again. It would be perfect. They made the jerseys for basically the entire time I've been collecting. CCM had made the jerseys up until, and then during the 90s they kind of partnered. There were a couple different apparel companies. There in the 90s when I was in high school and college, there was CCM. There was CCM and Nike, CCM Starter, CCM Pro Player. CCM was always the constant though. Pro Player was there, Starter was there, Nike was there, and Nike you had Nike, Starter, and Pro Player, and honestly, Nike was the better. Nike was about as close to CCM as you could get. Nike was really close. Very, very similar material, similar feel. The logos had a very similar feel to it, and they didn't really bubble when you washed them. Starter and Pro Player, the logos on that they were horrible. And I've got a couple of those in our storage unit, which I think this weekend we're going to be emptying out, because we got a shed out in the backyard that we're going to move a lot of that stuff into. So I will have my other totes of jerseys here, so I can actually dive into those and show you guys some of those, including I think I got 2. I got 2 starter jerseys. And yeah, the logos, the logos were bad, just very bad. But to me, it would just feel right if it were CCM again. They made the jerseys for years. Why not? They still make the jerseys for the the AHL. They make the jerseys for a lot of the junior teams. Now Nike makes the Olympic jerseys, but Nike's material is weird, and the way they had the sizing on those, they're way too short. I mean, you know, the last Nike one that I had, they're very, very short. I mean, body lengthwise, I mean, they were very, very short. The CCMs were just right. This is a 2XL. This is a 2XL CCM vintage. The sleeves, I mean, the sleeves are perfect. You know, it's plenty big. It's plenty big, as you can tell. I mean, even, and you know, granted, I've been losing weight over the last couple of years. But I mean, even when I was at my heaviest, the 2XL CCMs still fit very nice. And you can see, I mean, you know, here's where it sits, but I mean, look, it's nice, it's baggy, it's roomy. And that's the thing that I always loved about the CCMs. The CCMs, when Starter, Pro Player, and Nike were making the jerseys, I would look at them. I would look at the jerseys, and I would look at the material. I mean, this is back, I'm you know, high school, college. We're talking, you know, mid to late 90s here. I would still be looking at, I'd look at the material. I would look at, you know, the way the logos are made. And CCM was just, they were bar none top of the heap. For quality, they were number one. Way better quality on the CCMs than you would find on the Starters, the Pro Players. The Nike wasn't bad. Nike was number two. To me, Nike was number two. Not that far behind, honestly. But they were, because the material was very similar, but they were short. They were shorter than, definitely shorter than the CCMs. They were short by, I'd say, probably a good 5-6 inches. Actually, wait. The Olympic ones were the ones that were really short. I have a Nike one in the storage unit that when the jerseys come over, I will have to pull that one out and see just how short it really is. If it's, you know, because I can't remember if the actual team jerseys were as short, but the Olympic ones were really short. So, you know, CCM was number one, Nike was number two. Starter and Pro Player, I thought were just, no, I was not a fan of them. Especially, I mean, you'd wear them a couple times, and the logos would just bubble up, and it was not good. So, with Adidas not renewing the contract, and you're going to have apparel companies out there bidding to try to get the right to make the NHL jerseys again, I think to me it's only fitting. Let's go full circle. Go back to CCM. They're the best. To me, they were the best before Reebok took over. Didn't mind Reebok. Reebok would snag like crazy. Then they went to Adidas, which I like the Adidas. I do like the Adidas. But to me, now that Adidas is going to be out of the market come 2024, let's bring back CCM. Let's get CCM to make the jerseys again. Because then, what CCM could do, they could do this again. They could redo the vintage line. They could come out with so many other vintage jerseys also. Some of the different teams. It would be awesome. So, that's what I would like to see. I'd like to see CCM get the rights because, I mean, they make the equipment. They make so much. I mean, they are basically the hockey company. To me, CCM's got to make the jerseys again. I would love to know your guys' thoughts. Who would you like to see make the jerseys again? Would you guys like to see CCM make the jerseys again? Would you like Nike maybe? somebody had said, Under Armour might get into that. I don't want Under Armour. I've seen the Under Armour. I've seen just the normal Under Armour, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want them making hockey jerseys. Because they'll have the same problem that Reebok had that first year. They're all going to be form-fitting, tight, and it's like, no. So, no to Under Armour. But, that's of course just me. Who would you guys like to see? Would you like to see CCM make it? Would you like Nike? Hopefully not Starter. I don't think Starter's around anymore. I know Pro Player's not. But, who do you think might, who would you like to see make the jerseys? Again, me personally, CCM. It would be so fitting. It would come full circle. But yeah. So we got 2 more years. 2 more years of this. And then all of these are going to be, I don't know. And it makes you wonder, if CCM ends up doing the jerseys again, do they stay with the same idea that Adidas had? Are you going to have the NHL logo right here? Or are you going to go back old school and make them like this? Love to know your guys' thoughts on that. And if you're new, hopefully you liked the video. If you did, don't be afraid to hit like and subscribe. That would absolutely be fantastic. And yeah. Now, of course, Fanatics, from what I've heard, is still going to be making, they're still going to be making the garbage replicas, apparently. Which, no, take Fanatics out of there, put everything to CCM again, and be good, be done. That would be perfect. But again, let me know what you guys think. What company would you like to see take over? And again, if you were new and you watched the video, hopefully you enjoyed it. Don't be afraid to check out some of the other videos. Hopefully you enjoy the content. Don't be afraid to hit like and subscribe down there. Almost 66% of the people that have watched my videos are not subscribed. So, I'd love to get that number. I'd love to get that number down. But so again, hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Hit like and subscribe, and please let CCM get the contract for the jerseys again. That'd be fantastic. I'll talk to you guys again later.